is up, guys? Welcome to the Bro Team Podcast, episode 01. And today we're going to be talking a whole lot about E3. Obviously, it's the biggest news this week. And let's go ahead and get started. So I'm your host, or one of your hosts, AJ, aka Amplified.
One of them? That was about it. There's four of us. Come on now. Theo, aka Monster. Josh.
And I'm Josh, aka Pixel TK.
And I'm Ian, a.k.a. Randomosity.
Randomosity, you went for the full thing that time.
Damn straight.
I thought it was just going to be random.
No, he's switching all of his
It's
aliases.
random. It's spontaneous. You don't know what's coming.
Or
Well, I
he's
might
just
have
a
to-
fucking random scrub idiot. I don't know. Whatever you want to call him.
I beat you in COD all day, every day, son.
Oh, we're bringing up the COD stuff again, right? All right.
Okay, no COD. Today's Halo.
My KD is so much higher than yours, faggot.
2.19.
We don't need to bring 13-year-olds into this. So,
No.
the biggest
E3.
things this week, obviously E3, and we got the press conferences. So that's the main things we're going to hit. Obviously, the convention floor has all the demos and all the behind closed doors stuff, but we don't know a whole lot about that because we weren't there. So, with the other announcements sprinkled in through the last couple days, we'll include some of that, but the main meat is from that first day, and then the second day a little bit. I sort of gleamed a bit from the Nintendo stuff, but mostly we're going to talk about the big consoles. So, first off, let's start with Microsoft. And I know, Theo, you sort of want to say something right off the bat, right?
Master Chief Collection.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. It's only $60. Why would you
Yeah.
not buy this? I mean, just why?
It is
You got-
cheap, it can't be true. There's just
Got
no way.
Halo 1 and Halo 2 remastered into 1080p, 60 frames per second. It looks beautiful. You got 3 and 4 up-res to 1080p and 60 frames per second. All on one disc. Halo 2 multiplayer untouched. And for all my Halo 2 professional players from back in the day, AJ, you should know a little bit about that. I don't know if Random, you were anything, if you were into that or not. But
I wouldn't say
great.
I was a professional back in Halo 2.
well, a lot of people that played Halo 2, they loved the multiplayer the best, especially with the glitches, and it's untouched, meaning nothing was fixed, which is amazing. Campaign missions, you could play whatever campaign missions you want, and in any order that you want. And here's even the better part, people. Every single original map from every single Halo 1 through 4 are in this game on one disc.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 4,000 gamer score, and you get it all for $60. And here's the real kicker: Nightfall, live action, produced by Ridley Scott. Story leads into Halo 5. We've got Nightfall, actual live action show about Halo.
Which actually confused me a little bit because when they announced the Halo TV series last year, or the year before even, I don't even remember. I think it was last year. They said it was just going to be exclusive to Xbox One. So it must have been last year. So I assumed that meant that they were going to have like their own network in the One Guide or whatever, that they would be running their own television shows on or their own series on. But obviously that was wrong. You have to actually buy games in order to get into these things. And I don't know. But how many of you guys know people that since this announcement have said that they are going to buy an Xbox One by November 11th?
People in the office I didn't even know that played
I'm one of
games are
those
saying they're going to
people.
buy it.
Okay.
One of those people. I still don't have an Xbox One, mainly because I'm broke as fuck. But once I get enough money, I kind of want it just for
Josh, did you
Halo.
ever have the experience of playing Halo 2
No.
yet? Have you
Oh
not?
my God! This is requirement.
My
This is
first-
requirement.
People's
Like,
godsend.
My
You have-
first
you have to play
FPS
this.
was Halo 3.
that
Well,
is
it's not bad. You
unacceptable.
missed out on the golden age. of gaming.
Unacceptable.
Missed it.
Not allowed. You have to play through the Halo 1 series
The,
because Halo
the
1
worst
was
part. The worst part
amazing.
is
Not saying
I
Halo
got
series.
I got Halo 3
a
for
Halo
like
1 series.
2 years after it dropped. So I got it when like barely anyone, unless they
I
were
think we
gods, were
snagged a
still
copy
playing.
of Halo 4 too that we played like twice together over the course of like 5 years.
I
Or
still
2
have
years,
that.
however long. Yeah, we were play it
Yeah, rarely, but
rarely. Man, you got to get into the story. You got to play it for me.
no,
man.
no,
The
no. I beat the
campaign alone is
campaign. I
worth
beat the
it.
campaign. That was what I did first day.
Well,
Here's the real. Here's another thing though.
It's like jumping into Lost season 4, trying to find out where you're going.
That would be horrible.
Everyone I know who said, "Oh, I'm gonna get a PS4 instead of an Xbox One after this Christmas," they've all changed their mind to Xbox One. All of them, every single one.
Okay,
It's like 20 people.
This is kind of going a little bit ahead, but with the Sony conference a little bit.
64 Master Race.
Just from what I was seeing, it's like last year E3, Sony kicked the shit out of the Microsoft between PS4 compared to the Xbox One. To me, this year was the opposite, where Xbox One just seemed like it had such a better conference.
Because Xbox got owned. Wait a minute, people don't want to watch movies on their Xbox. They want to play games.
Well,
Who knew?
they had a very convoluted message last year as far as what the Xbox One was going to become, which was a gaming console first and foremost. But this year, they actually talked about exclusives and games that were going to be coming to the Xbox One and Xbox Live in particular, because that's where the majority of online console gaming is.
Sunset Overdrive.
And yeah, that too. But we knew, all the Xbox gamers knew the exclusive list for the Xbox One was going to be so much better. It didn't even matter that PS4 won the conference last year, because as soon as this stuff started coming out, it was going to be Xbox One all day. So I wasn't even worried about it. And a lot of people seem to be speculating and all that stuff. So whether or not sales are I think it's double, or it was selling at 2 to 1 point for the PS4. I don't see that happening come October, November, or after.
Especially with the new COD coming out at that time, the Halo Master Chief Collection. You have Sunset Overdrive, Crackdown's coming back. Rainbow Six Siege is next year, but GTA 5 is coming to the new systems.
Oh, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You have
Not
no
even
idea
the
how excited I
systems,
am.
dude.
It's
It's
a PC.
No, I know it's still going to PC, and I'll get it on PC before the new consoles. But for people who don't have the upgraded, PCs like we do,
Yeah.
they just have a console. They just bought the Xbox One or the PS4. Boom! Now they have GTA 5.
Mm-hmm.
And what's really nice is the fact that Rockstar said that they're going to be making it so as long as you're connected to your membership online thing, I forget what it's called. Social Club, yeah. As long as you're connected to that, you can hop your online character between whatever platform.
Oh, that's-
So it's I feel like playing my 360 and doing that. Okay. Oh, now I'm playing PC. Bring my guy over, all my cars, my house, my money,
It's great
everything.
playing with friends. Bring all
Oh,
your
I'm
stuff
going to my
over,
friend's
it's
house
awesome.
and I can sign in my Xbox Live account and play it on there. Okay, well then I have all my characters and shit still.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Which
fucking
is what they
amazing.
did with Ghosts and this cross generation with Ghosts. You could have the same exact stats, the same exact online profile,
But you
ranked, and all that
couldn't
stuff.
go from 360 to PlayStation, could you?
PlayStation, no, because it's not a
See this, it's going to be. Oh, you want to go to
console gen.
PlayStation 3? Oh, you want to go to 360? That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to go to PC? It's going to be all 5, which is
That's
going to
cool.
be sick.
Yeah.
Because it's connected via a separate server instead of PS4 servers or Xbox
Right.
servers
Mm-hmm.
or
Right.
PC servers.
All right. Well, I
Oh.
want to get back to Halo real quick because I think I was probably the only one that watched it live when it was airing. Any of you guys watch
I
it
watched
live?
Recap Live, which is basically the same thing.
Oh, well. I was
Yeah.
watching it live, and I was talking to Theo here on Facebook chat, and it faked us out pretty hard because all the rumors were circling with Halo 2 anniversary, oh, it's got to happen this year because this is the 10th year anniversary. It's what they did for Halo C, all that stuff. And so they start off by showing that damn iconic trailer where Chief is taking that bomb and chucking himself out the airlock to blow up that Covenant cruiser.
Such a better version, though.
Yeah, it was a great version with the upgrade graphics and everything. But then
my God.
it goes to the narration, and it's just the briefing for the Halo 5 character, which I think is Agent Locke. I think that's what I heard.
Locke. Yeah, the new character in Halo 5. Yes.
Yeah. So it was just a briefing for him, and then so I'm typing to Theo as soon as I see the iconic trailer starting, and I'm like, Halo 2 anniversary, Halo 2 anniversary, and I'm like, wait, no, that's not it. Fuck. So I was typing this all frantically to him. I'm like, no, they didn't do it. And then all of a sudden Bonnie Ross walks out there and she's like, oh yeah, we have got all these characters in this rich universe, and this next game is all about Master Chief's story and his past and future. And I'm like, past? All right. all right, where are you going with this? And eventually she goes through every single title of every game and it's like, and you can get them all in the Master Chief Collection. I'm like, oh my God, how did they even do this? Like, this is unprecedented.
Yeah, and then they mentioned one disc and then all this stuff. I'm like, how the hell are they getting all this on one disc?
Even a Blu-ray, man. I don't understand how it all fits.
That's what I'm
This
so
is some
confused.
impressive compression.
Like, because even GTA, it's just like GTA, and obviously it's a fucking large game, but they have 8 gigs that you have to download from another disc.
Now, I wonder, is this
how
Microsoft...
many gigs of just the like the maps?
See, I'm wondering if this is just them being over optimistic, and they're gonna be like, "Oh crap, we can't keep this promise," or is there gonna be some cloud usage involved here? Is there going to be some kind of way to alleviate that? Because one disc is quite impressive. Even maximizing compression, I almost don't see how it's possible.
That's huge because
plus they have all 100 maps or whatever that have came out with those games.
Right, that's why. The thing is, I find that really hard to believe because, like a Blu-ray, like those discs, they are massive size, but they can't even fit a 1080p movie on there. They're all 720p. So like think about it, it's like how are they going to get all this on one disc? Unless it's like compressed and it's when you put it in, you have to download it and it uncompresses to a large size, which is what I'm thinking how it might work.
Well, it's all installed. All the all the Xbox One games are having mandatory installs anyway, so that's definitely going to be part of it. But still, it's a lot of data that it needs to actually run all 4 of those games.
It's not as much as you think it is.
It's really not.
Dude. I mean, Halo. Okay, well, think of this. Halo 1 when it first came out, the disc.
They both have. They have those games though, but they have both those games and the engines layered on top of those games. So it's not just like, I mean, obviously the graphical engine layered on top is not going to be nearly as big as a full engine, but it's like you have all these engines layered on top of each other plus the unified menu system. It's just so much. I feel it's too much to actually fit on that
I'm
disc.
just like thinking about like the Halo 3 DLC. Wasn't that like a half gig for like 4 maps? Something like that.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe a gig for 4 maps. It's like
they did fit all the DLC on a regular DVD disc in the ODST though. So.
Right, but again, that's just the Halo 3 DLC. That's not every single map, let alone the campaign and all of that. It's like
the Blu-ray disc. You can get one as quadruple layers. You can hold up 128 gigs of video, 1080p on it.
That makes sense, but then I guess we'd have. I mean that degrades a lot faster, doesn't it? So
I don't know.
Well, it's also those discs are hella expensive. That's why I'm saying for $60. Like that's why I was like thinking, oh, this might be 100, maybe 120, even if it's one disc, because those discs are expensive.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, past that, obviously we have all the different maps from all the games, including like the Halo CE PC versions of some maps, which is going to be cool to actually play on console too. Obviously the Halo 2 multiplayer is completely untouched, which also means that it's not going to look like what we saw in the demo.
Super bouncing.
The super bouncing is actually going to be sort of off.
What?
Yeah. Because they up-res it, it's so Halo 2 untouched multiplayer, but they up-resed it to 16:9 and 1080p. So when they do that, things change graphically and geometry-wise.
Right.
So so the pixels aren't exactly where they were. Yeah, the pixels aren't exactly where they were, so you aren't going to be able to land in the same spot.
It's not a like term-wise. I don't know how many of you guys are going to understand, but it's. When the original resolution, that would be a square pixel, but when they have to resize and rescale all that stuff, it becomes that pixel, but that 16:9 version of it.
Mm-hmm.
So they get stretched. So, I mean, you might be able to, but again, I don't know exactly how they did it. So
it'll be interesting to see.
They could have stretched it, or they could have kept it square pixel, and it either, if they stretched it, it means that, like you were saying, where you land, that's where it'll land. It'll still be the same, but if they redid it and they say square pixel, you have to compensate for it.
Yeah. But what interests me a lot too is that there's 4,000 gamer score.
Yes.
4,000 for
you're
each.
A gamer score hunter.
An achievement hunter.
I gave up
need to
on
be
that after
achievement
my first
again.
account got corrupted. I lost my soul or spirit after 15,000 was flushed down the
See,
drain.
here's the one thing that I'm really hoping 343 didn't fuck up. Because Bungie fucked me up. I had at one point, like, I think it was like 26,000 gamer score. And this is before Reach. Like, I was in a huge achievement whore. So from like 2 years after Halo 3 came out to the point where Reach came out, I had like 26,000 gamer score. And like, I just played a shit ton of games and almost perfected each one, whatever. And it turned into Reach, like when you go on your site and like customize your, like, you know, your little tags. So it went from, I was trying to do that, but I logged in on my Xbox Live account at my friend's house, and Xbox Live glitched and tried to give me some of his achievements, or actually got some of his achievements, including some of the VidMasters. So when I signed into Bungie's website trying to do that stuff for Reach, it's like, oh, you didn't get these, but it says you did. And it sent this thing to Xbox Live, and it just completely wiped everything. And for the longest time, I think it was like 2 years, my thing said, like my gamer, like
under
the
review
pro family. Yeah, no, not review. You know, where you can say you play like as a pro family, like what account status you are, or whatever.
Oh yeah.
It said I was a cheater for like 2 years.
Yeah,
and it was only on my end,
really?
but it was like I didn't do it. It was the fact that
That stuff's
Xbox Live
tricky.
glitched and Bungie did it. So it, like, I lost everything. So since then, I haven't really been such an achievement whore. But
yeah, I'm
like
definitely
Like everyone else playing Bungie.
I'm definitely all about that 100% games though. Like I don't really care about my overall score. Like I sometimes notice when it's gonna hit like 40,000 or whatever, like it just did a little while ago.
AJ, I requested of you, help with me.
What?
Help with me do the same so that I may acquire Gameth score.
I could if you had any of the same games on the same
I
console
have,
as me
like,
right now.
360, bro. Let's go back in time. Back in time.
Well, Josh and
can't
I are
get-
gonna go
I
play some
can't-
Extinction later, but you don't have the
tonight?
DLC.
For what DLC? What do I need?
you don't even have Ghosts in general.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all go. Oh, I don't want Ghosts.
Well, there you go.
That sucks.
Ghosts,
Ah.
Ghost CVC isn't bad. Competitive, or CVC is, I can. That's the only way I play Ghosts. But pubs, fuck that.
Yeah.
I can't
That's
do
the
it.
thing is I like the pub stuff.
Are we talking about Ghosts?
Yes. Okay, we're done with Ghost. All right, moving on to Advanced Warfare, though. We did get to see a little of the campaign, which I think is interesting, but overall, I think they're just trying to turn it. Well, not that the development hasn't been going for, you know, a long time, but they're just trying
Titanfall.
to emulate Titanfall. Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, again, this is campaign. We don't know what multiplayer is like.
Yeah.
To me, campaign for COD, like them showing that at E3, I can't get pumped over. It's like I might play the campaign once. Might. I haven't finished the Ghost campaign. It's like, you know, to me, it's like, oh, you're showing campaign. I can see what the graphics are, but that's really the only thing that's going to emulate and how the gun looks and possibly how it feels compared to multiplayer. You know, so
Yeah.
it's not like I want to break it down or get excited.
Yeah.
One thing I did get excited for, though, because they were talking about it, even for multiplayer, it might be an attachment or just a particular gun, but it's going to be 3D printing ammo. It might be an attachment or whatever, and that was in the trailer. So it's like you could see how it's like one bullet every, like, I think 2 or 3 seconds. I counted,
That is so
and it
OP.
gave you a new bullet. So it's like, oh, you know, you're shooting, like, say it's competitive search and destroy or something, you're waiting, and it's like, oh, you only have 1 mag left, but you're just sitting there and watching just down the sight line. You just start getting your ammo back, and you don't have to worry about picking up a new
make
weapon.
a noise to counteract how overpowered this could possibly be for a good player. I mean,
It'd
do you
just
like
be banned.
dial-up noise going on like?
It'd just be
no.
banned.
It
I
might
feel like
it might be banned competitive or not. You never know.
I feel like
Even in
the
pub
only
style, man.
thing that we saw in that trailer that will probably like 100% be in multiplayer is that gun. That's like the only thing.
Yeah.
Everything else could possibly not appear in multiplayer at all because it's all like super
from
soldier stuff.
What
and
I've heard,
not balanced.
and this is from pros in Call of Duty, they're saying that this is for multiplayer going to be the best for competitive and pubs. This is going to be the best COD. And this is
I have
saying
no idea.
no. They
That's
they
big
they
speculation.
no. They went and played it. Like they got to go play it.
I'll follow.
Yeah, but Either way,
He
it's
said
like
that about Ghosts, and it's terrible. He said that about Black Ops 2, and they liked it. They said it about Modern Warfare 3. This is such an innovation to it.
Now, do they get
It
paid to say this
sucked.
at all? Is the question.
Yeah, they get paid, dude. Okay, they
Follow
have
the money.
you
sponsorships.
think
They have
that
to promote their game too. It's their business, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but either way, Big T said it might bring him out of retirement for this game.
I don't know, dude. I'm just glad it's not Infinity Ward game again.
Yes, fuck IW.
You know,
I-
They haven't made a
sadly
good
agree with
COD
that.
since
COD 4.
COD 4.
That was like in my mind one of the best CODs ever created. Mind
Okay.
mind the endless spam of helicopters, but generally
And back when we
great game.
didn't expect a studio to actually patch things, but
Yeah.
now we do because it's
Not-
actually warranted,
Not
and
only
they don't do it.
that, COD 4 was broken as hell.
I know.
It was amazing. The only thing wrong,
But
with
we
it
didn't
was
expect
that
them to
10
fix
minutes
it.
in,
I
constant
can
helicopter.
I can never say COD 4 is my favorite COD because it was my second COD. But again, I didn't give a shit. I didn't know about like everything. I just played it and had fun with friends.
That's all I did,
Mhm.
and it was the best COD ever.
Well, that's part of the reason it was the
Yeah,
best COD is
that's-
because you didn't care
That's
about it.
fine. You didn't like
Exactly.
If you went in now, like if COD 4 was just released for the first time.
I did a month ago. I
And-
go in there with a casual attitude.
No.
and
But you
attack
go
your ass off.
again, like pretend like this is like right now with Ghost. You hearing all this shit about people complaining, oh, this needs to be fixed, this is bullshit, blah blah blah. You're hearing all this, and you're like, I don't want it. You still don't have it. Imagine going into COD 4 where they didn't patch shit. It was like, oh, triple nades, triple stuns, all this, and they're hearing all this bullshit. You're not gonna think that's the best COD ever. You're gonna be thinking about all the bullshit back. You're thinking back to when you didn't give a shit about anything and you were just having fun.
I don't
Yeah.
know, man. I played it recently. Like I said, I was just trolling around. I was like, "Oh, this is great old
Again,
times."
you were trolling around. You weren't trying to play it serious like how you are now with new CODs.
I guess I can agree that it wasn't maybe the best competitive outlive, but regardless, the game was still great.
Yeah. Well, Infinity Ward hasn't really done a good.
That sense that
Call
oh god,
of
no.
Duty
No,
since
not
then.
sense that. No, not sense that. I will agree with that fully.
All right. Let's just hope Sledgehammer can pick up the
Hopefully
dropped
they don't
ball.
fuck up like how they did with Modern Warfare 3. That game was garbage.
Well, they did the campaign. I'm pretty sure
No.
primarily.
They did the multiplayer. Infinity Ward did the campaign.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll see.
So,
All right. So the next thing I have on the list is Evolve, which we've all gotten a chance to see. We actually didn't get a chance to play it while we were at PAX, but
Well, could have, but we just didn't.
yeah. I mean, it would have been a long last line. But it looks like a pretty solid game. I don't know how repetitive it could turn out to be, but
To me, Evolve looks like one of those games that I'm gonna wait for the Steam Summer Sale,
yeah.
get it for a good deal, and then probably play it a couple times every here and there.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't
That's
look like
probably-
something I want. Like it's like, it's,
Yeah. So with that, they revealed the Kraken monster, which actually looks pretty cool. It's like a Cthulhu-like monster. Instead of the Goliath, I think is the main one they've been showing before. But still, it's made from the guys who made Left 4 Dead, Turtle Rock studio, and Left 4 Dead is really good. So I don't expect it to be a bad game, but I just don't think it's going to be something that we're going to be focused on a whole lot.
yeah, it might be something that like I said, I might pick up every once in a while and play, but it's not gonna be like, dude, you want to get on some Evolve? We
Yeah.
haven't played in like 2 weeks. Let's play. It'll be like, hey,
I'd have to agree there. It's not that kind of game, but definitely shows some good potential to be fun.
I'm looking at my
regardless.
Steam library. Hey, look, there's Evolve. Anyone down? No? Okay, whatever.
But up next, this one was going to be pretty good. Assassin's Creed Unity, coming out for the next gen systems and PC, I believe,
Yeah.
is going to be pretty awesome. I mean, obviously we don't
co-op.
online co-op 4 players. Obviously, we don't know the extent of how that goes. Like, is it just specific missions, or is it like
It's the whole game.
the whole game? Yeah. Which also I think they mentioned in some interviews and stuff that there is going to be no competitive multiplayer like they've had in the previous ones, which is interesting because I guess they just don't have the draw.
No one. Yeah, no. I don't think anyone really plays that.
Either if it's the
yeah.
draw or they're focusing more of the time on this co-op aspect, in which case, my opinion, might be the better idea. Focus more
Mhm.
time on making that better playable and more enjoyable than multiplayer. Because I never
And-
played multiplayer personally. I never played it.
Most importantly, whenever an Assassin's Creed comes out, there's Jessica Negri's cosplays to it.
Well, did you see the Twitter exchange between her and Meg Turney? I think.
Yeah, and
They
they even brought like Monty into it, and
Yeah, they were going to
Someone
put together
else,
a
like,
4
every
girls to
assassin.
cosplay. Yeah.
I'm like,
Which kind of gets derailed with that whole controversy of them saying it wasn't in development didn't make sense in development time to make a female assassin, and then they got a lot of backlash for that. Which, I mean, okay, if they weren't gonna do it, they weren't gonna do it. But
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
we'll see. I mean, they already had one in the Vita game or whatever from last year, but whatever.
I didn't pay attention to that last year, to be honest. So.
All right, you just annotated this one with the next game we're gonna talk about. You want to talk about that a little bit? Maybe.
I think
Rise of the Tomb Raider. I mean, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rise. It rises. Like this game. I don't know about you guys. If you guys played Tomb Raider on the PS2
Never.
and the PS1 and all of that, I didn't either. I'm laughing because of what someone wrote on the whatever.
in the chat.
Trailer was awesome. I wish they would have showed a little bit more, like more of like what she was doing,
Mm-hmm.
more than
Said
she was just
Shooting
Such
someone in
a-
the head.
more than that. Like where else she's been, or it's not Tomb Raider if she's covered up in a a hoodie and a jacket or anything. And all the Tomb Raiders, she had this basically a non-existent tank top, nice shorts, big ass boots.
Well, yeah, that was
Gun
what the
Raider.
last game was.
Yes, that was the
Yeah.
was the Tomb Raider. Now this is Rise of the Tomb Raider. So this is when she should actually go into her, thing. But it's obvious in the trailer that she's gotten over her, I guess I want to say, wimpy attitude. Where in the first one she was like, "Oh my god, I just shot somebody," and this one she's like, "Arrow to the head, you're dead. That's
Mhm.
game over." And what? Looks good. I'm excited for it. 2015 though, so we got time to wait. It's probably not going to be till maybe summer 2015 or fall 2015. So we're probably a year to a year and a half out.
Maybe. I think the last one released in April of that year.
Maybe.
So
maybe.
it might follow that same schedule.
Oh.
But yeah, it was also another one of those fake out trailers where it was just like a therapist talking and you didn't know what the hell was going on. And then you heard the signal that got me was the fucking grunts and stuff she was making while she was running away from that bear.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, that's Tomb Raider right there.
Yeah, the voice actor, she does a real good job. By the way, I don't remember her name. Who
I think it's Luddington is her last name. I don't remember what her first name is.
Well, we'll go with that. Miss Luddington does a very, very good job voicing Tomb Raider in the Tomb Raider series. Lara Croft,
Mhm.
obviously. Everything's believable, at least when I hear it. So I believe the first
except
Tomb Raider game was pretty good.
Except for her turning into an ultra killer in a matter of hours.
What? No, that's believable. That's believable. It would depend. It would depend on if you want to live. Are you going to turn into Ultra Killer? Or are you just going to be a bitch and jump off a mountain? I don't know.
Well, she did both.
So there you go. I mean, she wins. She wins it all. Then there's this other part here. There's Rising 3 Arcade. Now, I don't know about any of you, which I don't think any of you have played Dead Rising 3 because
Mm-mm.
you don't have the system, and AJ, I don't think you
Fortunately
bought
not.
it. But anyone who's played Dead Rising, it's basically the absolute epitome of retarded zombie game. Whereas you just make random weapons and kill a
And you
shit
just
ton of
go kill shit.
zombies. Yeah, you just kill shit and you level up like it's an arcade game. It's great. But they just released this DLC. It's like, what's it called? Super Ultra
It's
Mega
something
awesome.
HD.
Arcade,
Dead Rising-
Alpha, Omega,
Yeah,
EX.
EX Alpha or EX plus Alpha DLC. Kind of like a play on Far Cry 3's Blood Dragon, kind of, sort of, with the comedy end.
Sort
but you
of,
get
yeah.
to play as
Yeah.
four other characters. Now I haven't purchased it yet.
I know Rooster Teeth just they
game.
uploaded a Let's Play of it today, and I was watching that earlier, and that's when I first heard about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
it looks interesting. And they were talking about it, and they're like, it was only 30 megs, and it was actually like in the game the whole time, but you had to buy the DLC, you had to buy it to unlock it or something like that,
Ooh.
and no one knew about it. Like, no one talked about it. Like, no one could find it. It was just well hidden. And I don't know.
Yeah.
That's from what I was hearing, obviously, because I haven't,
It
played it.
was probably
but-
in one of those massive updates that they had. They had like 2-3 gigabyte updates and so it's probably in one of those. But which is kind of ridiculous. A lot of people don't like that. I don't really mind it. Besides, like maybe like the outfits and stuff that's on the disc already. Those sort of annoy me because it's like so minuscule that they're making you pay for it otherwise.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I started watching that Rooster Teeth video you're talking about, the Let's Play, and I sort of just turned it off after a couple minutes. It wasn't really doing it for me. So I definitely prefer Blood Dragon as far as the parody like add-on game goes. So.
See, I'm waiting for them for Far Cry 4 to come out and then have Far Cry 4 Blood Dragon, because I'll just be like, oh, this is amazing. Because they should just make a Blood Dragon game. They really should. I would play the shit out of that game. That game was awesome.
They're doing a sequel, but I don't know how big it's gonna be.
Like, okay, I don't know if you guys saw. Like, I was just going through my Xbox Live like games and shit. I'm like, Blood Dragon. I love that like 80s feel. So I love that game. And then the reason we had to postpone this is for one of the days because my power went out. So I was on my MacBook and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do shit while I have power off. And I made this like 80s style thing, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's like Blood Dragon, blah blah blah," and they're like, "How much they love the game." It's like, I really hope they make a sequel to that.
Yeah, they announced
I just want to I just want to replay it, and it just is like, it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
I just love the game.
Really was a great game.
Far Cry 3, just in general, like the whole engine and everything, I loved it so much.
I didn't play
that. I have Far Cry 3, but I have not to play it yet. I have a family member who's played it, and he hated it.
I loved it so much.
The oddest thing, because you gave me such high praise for it. That's why I bought it for him for his birthday. And then he's like, I just can't get into it. I'm like, what? And I've yet to try it out personally, but
I loved it, and I was even having graphic issues because I had it for my 360. Like my friend let me borrow it, and his like sister took it back or something. But like, so I couldn't really get far, and I'm like, you know what? I have this gaming PC, and it was pretty shitty at the time. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy it for PC because there was this huge deal going on where I got like all the Far Cries and Season Pass, whatever. I got everything for like $45. So I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And even on my shitty graphics card, shitty everything, I was playing it at like 720p, 30 FPS on a PC. I loved it, every minute of it. It was so good. The story was phenomenal, just the gameplay, everything. I loved that game so much.
Yeah, I played through like the first couple hours of it, and it didn't really grab me as much as Blood Dragon did, but it was definitely,
Well, I think Blood Dragon, like, it grabs you sooner because it's just something that it's like, oh, it's just from the start, it hilariously just went so over the top. But with Far Cry 3, like the actual game, they had to base on the story, and it's not just something short. Like, I think Blood Dragon, like, if you just did the main campaign, it was like, what? I don't know, like maybe 5 hours?
Yeah, I mean, I beat it in a little bit Friday night and a Saturday. I beat it.
Yeah, so I mean, that's if you just play the campaign, even for Far Cry 3, I mean, there was a good like 15, 20 hours into that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that like they couldn't just put everything from the start, make it hilarious, make it that. And that was the point of Blood Dragon. Like they tried to make it comical, where Far Cry 3 they tried to stick to like an actual storyline, make it serious, make it intense, suspenseful, etc. So
it was better. So let's moving on. Far Cry 3, really good game, but Sunset Overdrive. Now, this is a Xbox One exclusive. It's not coming out for Xbox 360 that I know of. So Xbox platform only, no PC or anything like that. Any of you played Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah,
ages ago, a long time ago.
Spyro instead.
Spyro was legit.
Spyro was pretty good. That was actually my first
PS1
PlayStation game.
Amazing.
That was my first game ever with Spyro. Sunset Overdrive looks absolutely amazing.
They're all developed by Insomniac Games, by the way, if you didn't get that link, for those of you out there.
For anyone listening, Insomniac Games, great developer. Anyway, Sunset Overdrive. It basically sold me when I saw them respawn randomly. Basically, if you guys haven't seen the trailers or anything of the gameplay, you basically can skate on anything and maneuver the map very quickly at any time, fighting enemies and such. But anytime you die, you can get dropped off by a UFO, by a crackhead van.
The randomness, I like it.
It's random. I know you'll like it. Ian.
Yeah.
Catch that.
You should watch the trailer, Ian, because they break the fourth wall constantly in the trailer.
Really?
So
God,
yeah.
Yes. You do. It's really good though. I think it's still in development, but it's going to be out, October? Was it October, AJ, that they announced? Like October, November?
Something like that. Yeah, this holiday sometime.
Yeah, so I'm actually really excited for that because it's Insomniac Games, and the last game that I played from them was Ratchet and Clank, and I loved it, and which is another thing that I'll go into a little bit later if we're still on here, because Ratchet and Clank might be coming back for PS4 people. Moving on, AJ, if you want to take the reins on the next one.
I didn't really play the first one, so. But
First Crackdown, you didn't play it?
I didn't play it at all. Crackdown is coming back.
I've never played any of them.
Theo and I played a Crackdown 2 together quite a bit, I believe.
Yeah, we played basically the entire game.
Yeah.
Crackdown 2.
So that was enjoyable for the time it lasted, but I never played the first one because everybody says it's a beloved game, and I guess it is, but everybody bought that for the Halo 3 beta. So, I mean, if they're going to drive sales on that.
That was pretty much kind of what it was. I remember being at a LAN for Halo 2, and that's exactly how people were getting it.
Yeah.
Halo 3 alone. There was no actual hype for Crackdown, unfortunately, which, I mean, I've never played it, so I can't comment on that, but that was all it was there for.
I mean, I guess people played it after Halo 3 beta was done and sort of liked it, but I just feel like most of the hype and most of the the good praise that comes from the sales of Crackdown was because of Halo 3. So,
I thought Crackdown 2 was a pretty good game. I thought having to go search for 3 million orbs was a little fucking annoying, but I played Crackdown 1. Crackdown 1 was pretty good, and then they improved it on Crackdown 2. They made it a little more in-depth. Game was a little bit bigger. Especially with the infected and the human gangs and whatever, it added kind of a better twist to it. And now Crackdown 3, did they name it 3? Crackdown 3?
No, it's just Crackdown. So
it's Crackdown. So maybe it's a reboot,
probably.
which would be nice. Maybe a new developer's coming in to take the reins, and maybe a better quality game. It's going to be third person, because if it's not, I'm not buying it. That's not Crackdown. But third person, absolute super soldier. I pick up cars and throw them like Hulk, and I jump 30 stories in there. I mean, why not?
The cinematic trailer for it was pretty epic, I would say, but
not as epic as Rise of the Tomb Raider.
It was more action packed. We can say that. More explosions.
Explosions are good. Michael Bay, talking to you.
So I do want to wrap up this Xbox talk though, because there's one more thing that they didn't actually show that we should mention, which is the next Gears game wasn't mentioned. It was only shown, the Gears logo was shown for a split second in the end reel that they showed.
Yeah, so it was kind of like a teaser, but
yeah, it was a teaser for the teaser trailer that they'll eventually release.
Yeah,
the teaser for Mass Effect. Ooh.
Yeah, that was interesting too. So yeah. Going into the EA press conference, I watched most of it. I think I sort of zoned out on some of the sports games like UFC and stuff like that.
I just kind of skipped out on all that myself.
Yeah.
And Twitch was broken for me at that point because there's so many people in the
trying to get in there.
Stream.
Yeah. But Star Wars Battlefront let it off, and they did one of those developer diaries where they sort of say, "Oh, we went to all these places to get the right feeling. We love Star Wars, so we're not going to screw this up." That sort of thing. Which, makes sense.
And you know when someone says we're not going to screw this up, it's going to be fucked.
In some shape or form, it's going to be fucked.
Trying too hard at that point.
As long as it doesn't have the bugs that Battlefield 4 did when it was released.
You mean Battlefield 4?
Netcode.
Battlefield 4.
Code.
That's what it should be called properly.
Beta Ford.
Beta Ford. Yeah, Beta Ford.
All right, we got it. So, obviously, you just mentioned, Theo, that Mass Effect was also teased. They showed some cool character models and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it.
They just talked about it. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot more.
But surrounding that, there's actually a few rumors going around that it's actually going to be part of the Krogan Wars.
Okay.
When the Krogans could still reproduce, and they were fucking devastating. Anybody who knows Mass Effect history.
Not to spoil Mass Effect 3, but some people's games, they can reproduce again. So
Well, right in the Mass Effect 3, but the way that they're saying is because anything past that, it's. I mean, the Reapers are gone. Spoilers.
But I feel
Reapers
like
Well,
I feel like that would be the
warning first.
I feel like that would be the best place to start the next game. Is
Be after the fact?
What the next threat is? Yeah.
Well, what were they called? AJ, the Rachni, or excuse me,
Yeah.
Rachni Wars is what they were talking about. Not the Krogan
Oh,
Wars.
okay.
Rachni Wars, and I mean even the Reapers feared the Rachni.
Did they?
Yes, they did. That's why they took them over.
Okay.
It's part of the speculation. It's that's what I feel like it is.
I still like the indoctrination theory. So I mean, all of this is sort of mute.
It's the best theory out there, and
Uh-huh.
I wish they would come out and say, yes, he was indoctrinated, so all of us, including you and I, AJ, could be like, yes.
All right. So obviously they teased a little bit of Mass Effect 4, and then they also said, "Oh, we're working on another IP, but we're not going to tell you anything about that yet." So BioWare's working on some stuff, and we'll have to wait and see. But I'm waiting for that Mass Effect 4 trailer, see where it's going to be set and sort of what we're going to be getting into, because obviously the series overall was good. Mass Effect 1 needed some work, which they completely fixed in Mass Effect 2, and then Mass Effect 3 was a disappointment to some people, but obviously it's a closing to a series, so some people aren't going to like it. I enjoyed it all the way through, so I mean, I think that going on to a new series with another character you can get attached to would be great, or another set of characters. So
Well, beginning of Mass Effect 2 was the best. I mean, what other game do you go into and you die within the first 5 minutes? I mean,
yeah,
You're
you're
right.
dead. You die.
Spoilers.
Hey, by the way, you died.
it's in the demo.
First game.
It's in the demo,
It's in-
Josh.
Yeah, it's in the dude. The game is
I
already
haven't
what?
played any of them.
It's in the
The game
demo.
is 7 years old or 8 years old.
Yeah.
Go play it. It's like for free on Origin.
Is it really?
It was at some point. But you die in the first like 5 minutes. That's a perfect way to open a game. It's like a
and-
clean slate.
Real
I
quick.
paid $60 for this.
Soon as we're done talking about Mass Effect, I have a little rant about Origin.
Let's save that for another time. We got.
Save it for
No,
episode-
no, it's
Keep going with E3.
completely. It's completely relevant to E3 though.
Possible.
No, it's completely relevant. I'll tell you.
Okay, then go.
If you start
Go
up in
now.
60 seconds,
Now.
go.
Go.
No,
60
no.
seconds.
It works with the next topic, and if we want to roll into
All
that.
right, go ahead. Let's go.
All right, so Battlefield Hardline that
Shit.
was dropped. Did you play the beta?
Yes.
You didn't like it?
No.
See, I couldn't play the beta, and this is getting into my rant.
Bungie fucked me over again.
No, this was EA. I have about $400 worth of games on Origin.
Oh God.
There are so many people trying to get that Battlefield Hardline beta that it fucked my Origin account, where it said I never, like in any of my history, it said I never owned a game from Origin.
Yeah,
It
some people were
wiped-
reporting that too, but
It wiped everything, like even my order history. Like if I looked at all my like the credit card like order statements on Origin, like on the website, on the app that you download, everything, it was gone. I was talking to customer support, they couldn't do
You
anything.
should have those on a folder in email, correct?
I did, but there was also like some I just had like with the Humble Bundle codes, etc. But it was like just everything was gone. There was like nothing they could do, and for like a whole like day and a half, 2 days, nothing was there because
Then it came back though. It came
Yeah.
back.
But it's like,
Don't hate on
So it came
Origin because
back.
they fixed it.
yeah.
Fixed it. Don't hate on
but
Origin.
that shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Okay. It's Origin. That's happened on Steam
Exactly.
before, I want to believe. But Battlefield Hardline, it's trash.
All right. Well, you should go read the terms of service explicitly, because stuff like that will fail. Like anything
Yeah.
you have in the cloud has the possibility of failing, and they have no responsibility for it until as long as it's in the terms of service that they don't. So
It's one of the biggest reasons why I
Shit
hate
probably
cloud,
doesn't.
and you should always keep your receipts for games like that,
Yeah.
in a folder in your email or somewhere else, because when that shit happens, you can be like, hey, look, by the way, here it is, and they'll be like, oh, and they'll just give you all your stuff back. So, that's the best way to go about things like that. You can never guarantee technology will be flawless, because it never will be flawless, and that shit will happen.
Mhm.
And
And
that
maybe it'll
is
happen next
why-
time for just you, and they won't be like, working so hard to get your stuff back, because they'll be like, wait a minute, we don't have any proof.
And that is
Remember,
why
kids,
next gen, like, because a lot of people are just doing cloud downloads. I'm still gonna get the disc.
Don't be dumb. That's all I can
Remember-
say. Remember, it's all possible to get hacked, destroyed, corrupted. All that crap can happen in a cloud. It's a
Remember,
great
kids.
concept, but should always be backed up.
Remember, kids, make copies of your porn. Okay? It can be
Well, that is
lost in
very
the
true.
cloud. Make copies.
Or seen by the world in your cloud while you're at it.
that
Is that
too.
what you
Okay.
do?
Moving on real quick. We're gonna skip a few of the other games because kind of getting close on time. I think we all want. Well, I don't know about all of us.
We got about like 30 minutes.
You do. You might. I definitely want to talk about this. Destiny.
Well, we got to talk about Rainbow Six first.
Do we?
Yes,
we?
because it's been
Okay.
so long since the Rainbow Six game has come out, and there's also something else that I didn't put on
Guess
the
who
list
doesn't give a shit?
for Ubisoft.
Everyone.
Rainbow Six Vegas 2 was a great game.
Yes, it
I
was.
didn't play it a whole lot, but
It's great.
I feel like Siege will be a good, like, just looking at the destructible like environments that they had in there, it's gonna be kind of ridiculous. Obviously, it's not gonna be a super replay value game because I mean, there will be certain things that will be good for it, but I mean, I don't know how many variants of the same thing you can play before it gets boring. But the next game in the Ubisoft conference that I want to talk about is The Division, which
Oh God, yes.
the
Yes,
gameplay trailer.
Oh,
I forgot
yes.
about
Okay.
that.
The gameplay trailer was essentially the same exact thing we saw last year, which
Yep.
isn't a bad thing, but it's pretty much the exact same gameplay. So we know what we're getting when we eventually get the game.
That, like, I didn't remember what it was called when I first saw the trailer. Like, my friend just linked it to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I need this game.
Yeah, the cinematic trailer though.
Yeah,
Holy
like this,
shit!
and this just at what they showed, the voice acting in the game, like, because it was just a single player in it, like how like the AI was reacting.
No,
to
that
everything.
was scripted multiplayer co-op stuff.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
okay,
that's
I
what
was gonna say
essentially the
that
game
was-
is. Yeah, the game is essentially you playing with your friends in the open world against all the other players in the same open world. So, obviously, there's gonna be a single player element to it. I hope, but
Yeah, I thought that was only single player, and how it was reacting, I was like mind blown. I thought it was
no,
okay.
it's all
Okay, that
scripted
doesn't
co-op.
blow my mind. Okay.
Which I don't mind. Some people were really pissed off that a lot of this stuff, like the Assassin's Creed stuff, was all scripted dialogue.
I just thought it was like the actual thing. Like, to me, that doesn't take it away. That's just still cool. Like that
Yeah.
they did that. That's what I thought when I first saw it, like way back, like from last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was seeing it this year. I'm like, there's no one else on stage, and I thought that it was, just single player. And I was like, damn.
Yeah.
So that doesn't take it away from me. But still, I want that game.
All right. So you wanted to skip down to Destiny, Theo. What you got?
Yes. Destiny. Okay. People, Bungie is back.
I sure hope so.
Finally.
Finally back. Borderlands meets Halo meets, I want to say, seamless multiplayer, and you get Destiny. So basically, Destiny is setting a new. Is it on Earth?
Yes.
Okay, it's on Earth.
It's on the last city on Earth.
Yeah, and it's protected by what is it called?
The Guardian? Last Guardian?
The
Something
Last
like that?
Guardian or something. It hovers right over the city, and you are quote unquote guardians with special powers, such and such. One can buff weapons.
No,
the
the
other.
Traveler.
Yeah, that's
what
the
it
Traveler. Yeah, and we're guardians. So yes, we're the three guardians. You get special powers. Like one of them is like in buff weapons. The other one is what is he? AJ, help me out here.
It's Tank, Warlock, and... No, Warrior, Warlock, and something else. I don't remember.
I'm like, anyways, if anyone has ever played Borderlands 2, which I have, and AJ played a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, Ian or Josh.
I'm halfway through Borderlands
Titan
1 on
missing,
360.
Titan,
But-
I believe it was.
Every weapon or everything you kill, they could drop weapons, different weapons. Each weapon is different in certain aspects, like maybe a different barrel, maybe a different sight, maybe it has fire on it, maybe it has electric, maybe it has different properties. Maybe it shoots really fast or really slow but high damage, or no recoil, shoots really fast. So it added that to the thing. And then there's like community seamless multiplayer where you just join in, your friend joins in, then you guys fight this big ass battle with a bunch of other people because other things are invading.
Yeah.
Kind of like an MMO inside of a
Yeah, I was gonna say,
shooter inside
wasn't this
of
supposed to be like an MMO type thing?
it's
is
sort
yeah.
of like it's basically an MMO, but you can play by yourself and it still be okay.
The cool option is
MMO
to play friends like
Borderlands.
that.
I think it's gonna be amazing. I don't know about other people. A lot of people are skeptical because they didn't like Borderlands, but y'all can suck dicks because I like Borderlands.
I looked at I also looked at some of the competitive multiplayer that they had, and it looked interesting. Not to say that it looked good or bad, but it's there. And I just feel like some of the like abilities and stuff that they have in single player or co-op or massively online multiplayer or whatever, it won't transfer well into competitive multiplayer, but it's there. So I'll be interested to see how it plays out when we actually get our hands on it. The beta is going to start in July for PS or PlayStation users, and then eventually for Xbox and PC. But September 9th.
PC.
So
PC.
I'm getting on
PC
an Xbox
Master Race.
One. So we'll see.
Destiny
How that
doesn't
goes.
have PC. Destiny's not coming out for PC.
Unfortunately.
Oh, it isn't?
No, it's
No.
just
I don't think
Xbox One, 360, PS3, PS4.
Okay. Well, there you
All
go.
more reason to get an Xbox One though.
More reason to get Xbox One.
So it
Yeah.
looks good. Bungie can do some wrong, but hopefully they come with something good.
Oh, let's
I
hope
have,
so.
I have lots of faith in them with this game. They've been on this for a long time. I'm not sure.
Okay,
you know, how
but
much.
to be fair, look at Titanfall. It's a great game. I like Titanfall, but I haven't played it since the first week it came out.
Oh, I'm on 10th gen, and I'm almost done with my last achievement. So I've been
See,
playing.
I'll still
plenty
put
of
it in time. It is fun. I mean, it never held my attention, but by no means is it a bad game, and I will still play
Yeah.
it every now and then. But Destiny, I feel like, it's such a unique game in a way. I can't even say like how I could have speculated doing it. If it
Mhm.
catches on, it's going to do phenomenal. And I don't know where Bungie gets its revenue from after being dormant for so long, but they're betting a lot in this game, I bet. And
Well,
I'm hoping they put their heart and soul
Sony
into this.
backing them up. But
no,
it's-
they're backed up by Activision. That's why.
Activision as well now. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's their deal now is with the Activision publishing. So they're paying lots of monies for this.
I bet.
Makes sense.
Hope it
didn't they put
delivers.
like 15 million into it or something like that? It's
I
an
don't know.
outrageous number. I thought I heard that on some other podcast or something.
All right. Well, Josh, if you have something to say about Destiny, why don't you just go ahead and merge it into Far Cry 4? Real quick thoughts, because we already talked a bit about Far Cry.
Far Cry 4. I hope they don't fuck it up. That's pretty much all I have to say.
You didn't
Yeah.
watch any of the trailers or
Dude,
any...
I was at school all day. I couldn't.
Yeah. Okay. So two interesting things. One, Josh, because you like the villain so much from the last one, the new villain looks pretty interesting. But the second biggest thing, which isn't really applicable to us because we don't have PlayStation devices, on PS4, you can join your friend's game in like you can start up a co-op game by joining his single player experience without owning the game. So you can
What?
not have the disc or download the digital copy, join your friend's game, and play it with him.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I
That
think
is
that they'll lose sales
pretty
that
crazy.
way, but
Well, I don't know because
Well-
it can maybe be a way to buy the game yourself. Do you want to go play it by yourself on your own time? I should
Yeah,
probably
because
buy the game.
you can't play the single player. You can't play any of the story mode in co-op. It's only side missions.
oh,
And
I didn't hear that, but okay.
No, they
That's a
did say
great
that.
demo.
They said as soon as you go up to co-op mode, the story mission is blocked off. You can't play it in co-op. You can do
Okay.
everything else like explore, kill animals, do side missions, get collectibles and everything, but you can't do the story mission.
That makes sense.
So that way you still have your own like experience, and the guy who owns the game, I want to say, probably does not get trophies, does not get achievements. He just gets to play with the guy.
Sure.
so pretty
Oh.
much if you are a trophy / achievement hunter / whore, you don't want your friend to hop in the
Yeah.
game.
You don't want to fuck it up for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's probably what's
So,
good.
one real quick, they didn't talk about it much. They just sort of teased it, showed it like a quick trailer. Ratchet and Clank is coming back in both game and full feature-length film form,
I'm
uh,
excited for the movie.
which would be
Yes.
pretty cool.
Movie is going to be cool. Hopefully. Let's see.
Obviously, we just saw some quick stuff from that. You can go watch it yourself. Looks pretty good. Second to last, well, maybe third. Last of Us Remastered's coming to the PS4. That's going to be pretty cool. It might sway me to get a PS4, even though I already have Last of Us and a PS3.
Okay,
Really that good?
Yes. It's
I
a great
the
game.
PS4.
I didn't think so, and a lot of people were saying, "Oh yeah, it's a good reason to get a PS3 if you don't have it." If you've already beaten it on PS3, what's the difference to getting? If you get the PS4, it's like, ooh, better graphics. Otherwise, it's the same exact game just a year later. What? A year two?
That's why I'm gonna get it on
2 years?
PS4 and beat it.
It's
Get it on PS4, play the multiplayer. Multiplayer is super fun.
That is.
I don't really touch the PS3 anymore because I
PS3
got
is just collecting dust.
I got Uncharted 1 on it too, which wasn't
you would have
really
one.
holding my attention. I want to play through the Uncharted series, but in order to do that, I also need to get a PS4 for Uncharted 4, which is something that they tease at the very end of the conference. What do you guys think about that teaser? I mean, obviously teasers are great to look at, but
Teasers.
Completely teasers. That's the thing.
yeah.
I don't
me-
know. I opened the stream up seeing Batman, and then I kind of shut it off after that. So
Batman is a great series. I don't want to hear it.
Arkham
Knight-
Knight.
be a really good series.
I'm not going to say anything about it. The graphics and everything. I don't know if that was in game or not, but it looked amazing.
I've
I
seen
really-
the gameplay and the games do look great, whether they're
I
from
have
me or
never
not.
played. Now, I don't want to give my opinion on this because I have never played a Batman game. I have never seen a Batman movie, like of the new stuff.
You haven't? I forgot you haven't seen movies. I forgot
Oh
you
my
looked around
God.
outside.
I-
I thought you
Okay,
were-
okay,
Yeah,
okay. Hold on,
So I
Josh.
don't
We need
know.
to kick you out because you're a hermit and you don't watch
Didn't
movies.
we go over this last
and-
podcast? Was
Yes,
Yeah, we
we
did.
did. We went over this last podcast. It's going to come up in every
The thing is,
podcast.
I make it because it pisses so many people off. I make it my mission to never see a Batman movie.
Why don't you become
Just
a
to piss
hermit in the
people off.
mountains?
Well, the last three were the only redeemable ones.
Yeah,
Well,
like that's what I'm talking about. Like,
there's
I
some-
just-
Yeah.
No, George Clooney as Batman was
That's
awesome.
super redeemable, sure. Okay, so Arkham Knight gameplay looks pretty cool. With the Batmobile turning into a tank and all that jazz.
Very good
but-
graphics, by the way.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah, it
really
looks
good.
great, graphic-wise.
And then the interruption with Scarecrow was pretty
Oh.
cool as well.
I saw
Scarecrow
that,
looks
like,
actually menacing this time, which I'm happy. He was actually in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys didn't know about that, he was in the first game. He was one of the bosses that you had overcome, but it was all in your head. It was just gas.
Gotcha.
Like it's gas. First game was pretty good. You were just at Arkham Asylum. Then he went to Arkham City, which the end spoilers. The Joker died.
Okay.
Then Origins was before everything, and now this one, Arkham Knight, is after Arkham City. So this is after the events in Arkham City where the Joker died. So if
Gotcha.
anyone's played Arkham City, you'll know the ending was so controversial because with me, I was like, what? What? But what now?
So they pulled a Lost.
They put a Lost
Lost.
basically because Joker, that's the main villain for Batman ever,
Mhm.
ever, and he died, and it wasn't fake because in the middle of the game he died, but he didn't really. Then he died. He really died at the end.
Okay. Well,
Really?
I guess
let's not
that's
get
why.
too far into that.
But now going back to the Arkham Knight game, that's why they're adding this new character that's not even part of the comic series, by the way. The Arkham Knight is not part of the comic series. He's never been in any of the Batman shows, nothing. This is a completely new character to the developers. So
Well, they're probably going to reveal him as a known character. That's like the thing to do, right? So you go into a movie like Star Trek, the second Star Trek
It's gonna be the
reboot
Penguin.
movie. That's like the same thing. It's not going to be the Penguin. The Penguin's in the trailer too.
Penguin, Two Faces in the trailer, Scarecrow's in the trailer.
Yeah.
No, he is an actual standalone character that has never been in the series, never in the comic books.
Maybe they can incorporate
Don't know
good,
him
you
at all.
So it's
I
not
mean-
going to be like Slade or something.
No, you don't know him at all. He is a
All right.
completely separate person, and he has a super army. He has a huge army and shit.
That sounds
Apparently,
like-
they don't-
a lot like
much
Slade to
the,
me.
Right.
the comic book fans and everyone's just gonna who are like diehard, like super. Everything's got to be perfect. Is gonna hate it.
basically they're gonna hate it, but I'm gonna love it because I love a twist. That's all. That's always good.
So it is going to be revealed. So you're hoping it's going to be revealed as a regular character.
No, I'm hoping that it's not a regular character.
Well,
I'm hoping that they're
revealing that it is one would be the twist too.
That would be.
Okay, we're gonna go with that.
All right.
And we already talked about GTA 5 a little bit
Yeah.
about that. It's a Titanfall. This is more mainly on AJ and our side because we actually kind of want to get into the competitive side. We actually played a couple game battles matches, which I think we won 2 and lost 1.
We played the 4v4s. We both lost because of the fucking arc cannon kids, but otherwise,
2v2s. The
the
2v2s
are entertaining. Yeah.
2v2s are great. They're fine in the Titanfall update. If anyone plays that, they're adding Marked for Death, which is like a VIP kind of sort of thing where you get score for killing the VIP only, and then
cool.
nothing for the others. Or maybe like it was in Gears of War for assassination. You still get score for killing them, but you don't win unless you kill the VIP on the other map. And whoever kills everyone on the map the last time, infinite respawns till the VIP dies, etc., etc.
Well, for Titanfall, for Marked for Death, it's like VIP, except what I thought was interesting is when one of the VIPs dies, both teams get a new one. So
Really?
If the person who went and killed the VIP
becomes the VIP,
turned into the VIP, they're in enemy territory. So
wow,
it's kind
a
of
huge
interesting.
twist.
Yeah.
I guess it makes it really interesting. Yeah, it makes it interesting because it's like, you're not going to just set that one person up who's the VIP just and like make them camp or like super protected because it doesn't matter. As soon as one dies,
yeah,
it's going to flip to someone else.
Not only that, it makes it more like objective movement based.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just that one person sitting.
Exactly.
That game already moves fast though, as it is. It already moves quick as it is, so it's not like to be much camping really. You have to just set up what's going. I don't know.
Well, this would make it. This would slow it down a bit because all the other game types are like get here, fast. This one would be like, play defensively, work with your teammates around you. So
yeah.
Which is, I guess, LTS too, unless you have a team that's super aggressive. But
that was always me. I just ran in there screaming Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah,
and then you got melted every time.
Actually, I did pretty good.
At least I got
LTS. I don't want to say, but that's doubtful.
And before the gamers released, I was pretty good at it.
Doubtful.
Fair enough. Okay. Then they're adding Wingman, which will be 2v2 LTS only, right? Wingman LTS only. Okay. Which is exciting for me and AJ because that'll probably be the only playlist that we play once it gets down to it, just because we don't have many people that play Xbox One at the moment. Tweaks, they're adding burn cards for Titans, some new other burn cards for other weapons, I think they mentioned. They're tweaking a few other glitches or damage levels, stuff like that, but they haven't announced an actual full list of what they're doing in the next update, just kind of like a general thing.
Yeah, because they didn't really have any presence at E3 other than them showing up and maybe talking to few journalists and stuff. So journalists in quotes. So yeah. Other than that, I think that's pretty much everything from E3 that we cared about.
Actually, there's one other thing.
What's up?
Like, it's something real small, but it's just like everything they've announced for Minecraft for the new consoles and for the Vita. Just, I don't know, just reaching out to some other fan base, that it's kind of more out of the box. It's, getting to literally, I think, every platform now.
Pretty
every
much.
single one.
Well, let's be honest. The Vita is shit.
I'm not saying
no one plays that shit. But the new Minecraft this is one of the ones that was actually announced before E3, but AJ and I are really excited about this. It's only going to cost us $5 to get our Minecraft accounts from Xbox 360 to Xbox One because we already bought it. It was like a loyalty discount or something like that, it's great. So I'm going to get it on PC, and I'm going to be buying it on Xbox One when it finally comes out.
Wait, you don't have it on PC yet?
Nope, and I will be buying it, though. So.
What is wrong with you?
I've had it since like 2000 something.
I've had it for a while.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have anyone to play with, and I don't really have.
When I get my new router, I'll hook up a server for us.
Not only that, my PC's kind of it's decommissioned at the moment.
Yeah.
Use like any laptop though for it.
All right.
I don't have one. So, wrapping things up.
E3, it was awesome for us Microsoft fans. Xbox fans. I wouldn't say I'm a fan of the company altogether.
I am for Windows. Windows 7.
For Windows, yes.
Windows 8 could suck my dick.
Windows 8 is amazing.
kill yourself.
And Theo's gone.
No start menu.
What are you talking about? Windows 8.1, they fixed
They
that
had
with
to
the
call it
update. They have a start
8.1.
menu now.
You know what happens when you hit that button, Theo?
That.
It brings you to the tiles.
Yep.
Yeah, the tiles. That's your start menu, dude.
Yeah, but it's not not the start menu.
we want.
But it is. If you go down, there's
okay,
all your app
guys.
names.
Different podcast for that.
Okay.
We gotta wrap this up.
All right. Well, Josh, you need to see more movies, and we're gonna
Right.
force Ian to take you to them. So
I will take you to. You know what? No. Well, Josh, every time you get paid, we're going at least 3 movies. I don't care. You're making a donation set for every time you get paid.
Netflix.
Or not.
yeah,
Netflix.
Netflix.
I
Or
have
nah,
Netflix.
just Netflix.
I have
Netflix
Netflix.
even better than that. Even cheaper.
You
even
have
better.
Netflix?
Yeah.
You just
Why the
let
fuck
every
have you
movie.
not seen these?
Every movie I'm interested in is never on Netflix. That's why.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
Amazon Prime. You know, I mean,
I
you
don't
have
have
access. I know you're a college student. How do you not have access to Prime?
'Cause I didn't set it up.
It's free.
Well, it's free for a month, so it's not.
You have a
if
month to
you're,
watch
if
a
you're
lot of
college
movies.
student, you get.
No, it's free for a month. I signed up as a college student.
I've
free
had it
for a month.
for a year. I don't know.
Nope.
Well, I have it. I paid for a
Ultra
year, so.
Either
All
way,
right.
take advantage of those two.
All right,
Well-
so wrapping it up, that was our kind of interpretation of E3. AJ will see us out.
Xbox One, in our opinion. I mean,
Killed
there
it.
was
They killed it this year.
the games
I would
just
say Microsoft won. They won.
It was-
Microsoft won this year.
all about games, and the Microsoft ones were better. So
Well, you know,
Even the,
I
cross,
might that
even
be
the
some
cross-platform ones were
pers-
pretty good too.
yeah,
careful. That's a lot of personal opinion, though. I mean, PlayStation's got great games for those that have grown up with that series. You know,
yeah.
But I'm saying this conference.
this
Microsoft killed
conference,
it.
I feel like Microsoft had a much better thing. I think Halo just killed it. That was a great package. That I mean was amazing. That took a lot of points in my mind. But
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
there's a lot of games that people of both games are gonna like, both consoles. But I mean, overall, I would say the way Microsoft laid it out, the way they carried it out, and the current titles releasing this year,
The
my opinion
exclusives.
alone, exclusives. Yeah, they're gonna win this one.
All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed episode 1, the first official one. We had our pilot a couple weeks ago, and you can find that on the feeds and elsewhere. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you check out our Twitter and our stuff on iTunes. I'll make sure those are linked in this. I guess we're gonna push this on YouTube too. So it'll be linked wherever you're watching or listening to this. So hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.